in the spirit of Easter celebrations, we are joined in studio by a professional chef and founder of Plushy Plated, Chef Nolizwi Nxele. She will be chatting to us about some of the favorite Easter treats that we, of course, have in store here in South Africa. And also, whilst we're chatting to Chef Noli this morning, there's a little Easter egg hunt that will be happening here in studio. We've got some lucky children who are part of this. Wavhudi, Dakalo, Junior and Sandie. They're going to be looking for some extra egg treats. That's happening whilst that conversation with Chef gets underway. So welcome to you all. Welcome to our kids. And Chef Noli, thank you for making time to be here.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
So, I mean, this array of food that's an offer for this Easter, almost say Christmas, Easter edition. It feels like Christmas given what's happening here. Yeah. Tell us, I think before we get into what's an offer, we could speak to your backstory. It's important to understand how this would have resonated with you and how it's become purpose, passion aligned for you.
So, you know, growing up, food was just cooking, you know, all the time in the family.
Yes.
And everyone is a good cook. I say that all the time. In my family, everyone is a good cook, almost. And then, yeah, growing up, it was mostly just a chore because you're just, you know, cooking for sustenance, and it's more or less the same every day, you know, changing different curry, lamb curry, chicken curry, you know. But I think from the time I was 16, I started experimenting more, like just doing slightly different things with the food at home. So I think that's when I really became passionate about it. I remember there was a time that we had leftover ucheke, aka dumpling. We had leftover ucheke. It was just me and my parents at home. And then I just took it and I was like, what would actually happen if I just kind of played around with this and made it like French toast? I think that was the first actual food experiment that I did. And let me tell you now, it's still one of my favorite things to have, but then I won't have it as just French toast. I'll have it as I call it ucheke, French toast. We normally have it with ice cream. It's very delicious and custard.
Gosh.
Yeah, you should try it.
Okay, I'm going to take some notes on that. Thank you for sharing that because you then turned it into a business.
Yes.
And that's a different ball game, right?
Yes.
Because you're obviously, I mean, we were also chatting online about the sacredness of what you're doing. You really have to be intentional. The mood, the atmosphere, everything has to be right, the intention, so that what you're giving can be a source of nourishment, mind, body, and soul. Tell us a little bit more about that and how it's aligned to your business values.
Yeah, so I'm so glad you said that because whatever you do in your business needs to align with you.
Yes.
So I mentioned earlier that the first time I experimented was with ucheke French toast. So I think when I started the business, it was just private chef services, right?
Okay.
Then obviously it grew to corporate catering, event catering, etc. But you know, I think over the years I asked myself, what do I want that'll set me apart from everyone else? And really what sets you apart from everyone else in any business, in anything you do actually, is who you are.
Yes.
And who am I? I'm a girl from Durban, you know, melting pot of cultures. You'll see the food when you get into it. I really enjoy South African flavors. I enjoy the feeling that I get when I see that people are happy with the food. I cannot tell you what it does when someone sends me a text, oh my word, that was amazing. And you know, it might be a dish that I've made 10,000 times, but the fact that I could impact your day like that does something to my spirit, that I impacted your spirit, I impacted your day. And I think it's just a way to bless another person, you know, without getting to anything about it. But it's a way, it's a way to bring a blessing to someone else, and making someone's day, hey, that makes my day. It really does. It really does.
I'm of the view that it's a love language.
It
because
is.
It literally is you pouring yourself into it, right?
It
so it
is.
has to be done just right. Speaking of which, I mean, this display alone looks amazing.
Right.
So do you want to start on what's closest to you? Because you've reinvented the use of hot cross buns, I see.
Yes, I have. Okay. So what I've done for you today, like I said, I enjoy experimenting with food. Yes. So here on the sides, we've got a corn salsa. So growing up, my mom had massive garden, umbila everywhere, corn everywhere, mealies everywhere. I didn't quite enjoy it growing up because there was just too much of it. But, you know, I bring a part of me to each dish.
Yes.
So this is a part of me growing up. The corn salsa, we've got peppers, we've got chilies, we've got some fruit chutney as well, just to bring in some sweetness. And then what I've done with the hot cross buns, I've just toasted them inside, the halves, and then I've done a pulled beef inside.
Okay.
So it's nice and spicy. So the nice thing with the hot cross bun, it's nice and sweet, right?
Yes.
And it's soft, but we've toasted it just to give it a bit of crunch. And so when you have it with the meat all together, it's like flavor bomb in your mouth. Because you're not expecting to have meat with a hot cross bun, right?
No.
But it's such a deliciousness. There's a sweetness, there's a spiciness, and then you've got the corn salsa with the chilies, which is kind of cooling your palate, but also giving you that heat as you swallow the food. Oof. So that's really nice. And you know, I really believe in whatever you're plating, just play with the colors. You see here, we've got the colors of the edible flowers. Please don't eat them. Please don't eat them. We've got the different colors of the salsa with the peppers and the chili and the corn. Really just makes it look, oh, you know, geez, you know, that is plated Plushy. I want to eat that.
And it's playing to, you know, it's multi-sensory as well. That's also part of that immersive experience.
Yes.
I know in modern times, time is a huge factor. And just in what you've described, I mean, this seems practical. This actually seems like something you can do in record timing and still be nourished and fulfilled. Is that also a big intention behind how you put things together?
Yes, you must actually think about that.
Okay.
Like, people are going to hate me when I say this. There is a traditional South African dish, well, specifically South African dish. I struggle to eat it. I feel like it needs some freshness, some vegetables in it. You'll see there's some fresh elements here. It has bread. You can guess what it is. It has chips. It has slap chips. And then it just has
makes
meat.
You sleepy.
It makes you sleep. I always say, I say to my partner, babe, don't you think we need to put like some ushatini, we call it ushatini in Durban. It's like a fresh tomato salsa. Don't you think we need to put like a coleslaw or something, just to do something? So I'm having a food experience while I'm eating the kota. I'm having a balanced diet while I'm eating, not just, you know.
Chef, you know they say that when you identify the problem, you have to be part of the solution, right?
Listen, so I've done that with kotas actually. I think about 2 years ago, yes. We put coleslaw, we did a variation with a fresh tomato salsa as well.
Okay, before we continue, I just want to take a look at what's happening on the other side. There's obviously an Easter egg hunt that is happening in studio, and we're just going to have our cameras pan to that side here. We've got Wavhudi, Dakalo Jr. and Sandie, and they're part of this. Let's take a look at what's happening on there. There's plenty of Easter eggs that are lying around. I think I'm a little bit jealous because, they're obviously privy to getting that. So, guys, good luck. We were watching you. Perhaps you can see who gets the most. I don't know if there's a prize at the end of this. Let's see what's happening.
I think we should count.
Okay, so while the kids continue with that, they really are lucky. I hope sharing is on the cards because we are looking at them rather enviously. I'm going to go back to our chat with Chef Noli here because we're still getting through most of these plates. Okay, so Chef, you really do add that personalized touch. You're multi-sensory in your dishes. Tell us what else is on offer. Oh, is this the dessert? Should we swap it around?
Yes.
Okay, let's start with the South African firm favorite, pickled fish.
Of course.
What's the spin on this?
Okay, so the spin on this, still, keep it traditional, because especially during this time, people still want traditional meals, but I still think you can have them like in a really beautiful way, So what I've done, we've actually served this with roti, but you'll see that our roti doesn't look regular. Right.
Yeah, it looks crispier.
Yes, so we've just put together some fried roti crisps. Okay. So again, the sensation, because fish is quite tender, right? It's quite soft, so you don't want to have just rice or just roti or just mashed potatoes or whatever it is you'd have, because all of those are actually quite soft themselves.
Sure.
But it's a different experience in your mouth. See, my mouth is watering now. Can you see? I want to eat this.
I am smelling it. You don't understand how hard it is to hold back.
Yeah. So you'd actually just, scoop this up, put some fish and some of that pickle sauce, pickle juice, and then just take a bite, and game changer to what you normally would have around Easter.
And what about the spice levels as well? Because I mean, as you mentioned, we're not starved on that front in terms of flavor and spices.
No, definitely not starved.
What do you prefer?
So when I typically cook for others, not for myself.
Yes.
When I cook for others, I try to keep it mild.
Okay.
But then I'll always serve a side of chili, unless I know that particular client very well, and I know that chili is, part of their life, and we need to load it up.
Okay. I want to then go into the dessert as well here. It looks like malva pudding, but I don't think
it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay. What do you have here? It's also looking rather shiny.
Pretty, yes. So we just finished that off with the gold dust. Okay. So here we've got like one of my favorites. This is a steamed pudding dessert, and then we've done a whipped cream cheese custard on top. So that's what you're seeing on top.
Okay.
And traditionally, you would have heard of steamed pudding.
Yes.
You would have grown up on it probably,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's yeah, it's quite a simple type of pudding. But yeah, we've just elevated it here. You know, given it a bit of greens. We've added some golden syrup. You'll see the bits of gold. And then we've just given it that gold dust. And the nice thing with this particular one, we've actually cut it up and then just toasted it with some egg and cinnamon, like a French toast.
Oh, I see.
Batter, yes. And then it has a bit of a crunch, and then inside it's a bit softer. Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Again,
Yeah, now my mouth is watering, so we need to wrap up. But I know there's also this drink. It is non-alcoholic, but
non-alcoholic.
I mean,
yes.
what goes into? What are the ingredients? I actually also want to get into how you source your ingredients. Is it important that you grow and you're part of, you know, obtaining it from your own land?
Right. So a few years ago, I started dabbling in a bit of farming. Still a work in progress.
Okay.
But, you know, at that time, we were just looking to go commercial. But I realized, you know what, that will come for me at a later stage. I know that. It's part of my life. But in my garden at home, yes, I do have my own tomatoes. I have my own spinach or anything like that. I think, yeah, again, you know, it's about love. I'm putting something from my earth, part of my earth, and giving it to you. It's, you know, it's good. Make sure you know what you're putting on your plate. Yeah, make sure you know.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the ingredients that you've put in here, just as we wrap up quickly, I've got about a minute or so.
Okay, so quickly, that is a champagne iced tea.
Okay.
It's made with rooibos, variety of berries. I've used frozen. You can use fresh if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, and then again, just with the spices, your cinnamon, your cloves. Don't go too crazy because cloves are quite strong. Yeah, and then just leave it to you know, infuse overnight. When you're ready, put it in the fridge. Add some bubbles. It's a party.
All right, I think we're ready to drop the mic and dive in. We're all watching here with bated breath because it's smelling delicious. But Chef Noli, thank you for joining us and for being part of this Easter chat. Thank you to all our children. We had Wavhudi, Dakalo Jr. and Sandie.